turns many, many times. It's sort of like the core tune of this piece, right? The most dramatic moment. It begins with this, it ends with this. Go through the whole piece and find the tune, whether it's that tune or the next tune when you have here. Right, that. So that also needs to be widely differentiated. The danger here is that Schumann, the composer, has written forte, it's loud. Then he writes sfortendos on all these. Every one of them he writes a sfortendo. Does again. Right? It doesn't say any different, but maybe it could be a little bit more, right? Then here's the peak. It's the highest one. Right? Maybe that could be the most intense. And then left hand changes its articulation, as we said. Maybe you could exaggerate that so it sounds more melodic. Rather than being pitch, 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 pitch. Maybe it's a little more sung. So we have most intense, then left hand changes. And I got softer on each of those too, didn't I? I didn't go. That's boring if we do them all the same. Maybe. Also, I stretched a little bit too. And then we start again, something else. Try that. So you're going to have a sense of a little bit of build-up. This is going to be more melodic as opposed to these guys. And then maybe, just for an experiment, you could fade that out. And maybe stretch the last one a little bit so it really disappears. Okay, let's try. A little more. And then most. And then melodic. Da, da, dee. Stay up there. Not stretch. And then off. And then you start again. Right, and notice. Great. Just a second here. I want to write one more sentence. Great work and really good dynamics and contrast. I've been talking a lot about that, contrast and character and everything, and you're doing really well with that. I like it a lot. I can hear your contrast very clearly. So that's excellent. And I think you've got a good energized feel for this for sure. I think that maybe some of the things we can work on, I think your rhythm and your tempo is good throughout. Sometimes you have little hesitations a little bit between phrases sometimes, and so maybe, sometimes it's nice, we definitely want to breathe between phrases and stuff so it doesn't feel like it's a robot. But be careful that it also has a nice flow all the way through. Occasionally, not too often, but occasionally you'll push a little bit and it gets a little bit jittery in its tempo. So we want to just keep it nice and calm all the way through here. Maybe we can also go for some contrast, like for instance, variation 5, this guy, just an idea, you don't have to do this, but you could consider maybe taking the edge off the tempo, like slowing it down just a slight bit. I know it's all one tempo, but if you just make it feel a little bit more lethargic, because it's minor, right? This is the minor variation. So it might be nice, rather than, maybe... Right? So I'm just trying to make it feel a little lazier. And then in the next variation, when we go back to major, you can come right back to your tempo again. It's just a thought. I know that Mr. Kavalevsky doesn't write that in, but it's a possibility, just to get even more contrast. And I don't mean go really slow, but just a little bit slower, maybe. Think about that. Also, when you get these key changes, this thing, and then it goes to we shouldn't use pedal. No, I don't agree with that. I think we should totally use pedal. How much? That's the question, right? To me, I use the pedal a lot, but I don't want to blur harmonies. I wouldn't do. Of course, nor are you doing that. But I like the idea of having a pedal for the rich sound, you know. Right? And for these moments, I don't know if they all have to be so detached. Right? It's kind of da, 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 da. I don't know if that's so good. I would probably, you know, and then especially here. To me, I think this is more lyrical, more sad. Not so energized like this, but. And then, sorry, I did it wrong. And then, now I love that. I think that should be gorgeous. But I use the pedal, then I let go so I can get that, but notice I'm still holding the E. And I want that to connect. So I have the E, and then my voice in D flat. Now here, I think that should be gorgeous and lyrical. And a little shape. Now here, whatever you gave, you have to give the same quality to the left hand. Voicing. Okay? Can we try from there? Good. And one thing, feel, you know, it's in cut time, right? So be careful it doesn't feel like quarters. Ba da dee da 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 dee da da da. Instead, feel it in half notes, which is what cut time means. So da 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 dee da 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 ba da dee da da da. Like that. It's a slow cut time, it's true. But feel it like that, and you'll feel the two halves of the bar. And then you'll have direction. That note and that note. Can you try that? Good. And then a little bit. Basses. The G. Good. That's the idea. Does that make sense? Okay, now in this section here, I liked your